Hi, my name is Diego, and here I have 3 reasons that you should buy a sustain pedal. And I'm going to give you very specific musical exercises of where is a good moment to use it. So let's go to a close-up of the piano. Now, let me tell you that if you want sheet music for these exercises, go ahead and check the description of this video. And at the same time, we're going to post there what pedals we do recommend. The one that I'm using is not that great because they tend to move, but you'll see there on the other video that we made on sustain pedals, which ones we do recommend. So let's start with reason number 1. Reason number 1 is connecting chords. So a chord is a group of 3 notes. In this case, let's say C, E, and G can be a chord. That's a C major. And you can play it in multiple ways, but one of the things that I want to show you is when you play it as a block, let's say the top 2 notes and the bottom note, when you start doing this, that sounds cool, but it sounds, in my opinion, a lot better if you put the sustain pedal and almost connect the notes by using the pedal. So when I put the left hand and I played a couple chords that way, it allows the notes to sound almost as a group instead of like just the notes, the 2 notes and the bottom note. Now, there's nothing wrong with doing this, but it just sounds a little bit more rhythmic and a little bit more separated. So the sustain pedal is great at getting chords that are almost working as a block to ring together and to sound, in my opinion, prettier and a little bit more almost like they're filling up the space. So reason number 2 is when you get a group of notes that are almost acting as an effect. In this case, I'm going to play C, D, E, and G and do it multiple times. Now, I can even do this by changing a little bit the note that I'm doing on the left hand to change the chord. Now, if I do that without the pedal, it doesn't sound bad, but it's almost the effect of getting those notes to almost ring into each other will never be achieved just by your fingers the same way that it can with a sustain pedal. So that's a good reason number 2. Definitely check the description of the video for the sheet music. I think it will probably be easier to follow along, especially if you want to practice these. And reason number 3 that I really like is to connect the hands. And this is a huge plus when you're playing songs that have movement between the hands, the notes that are a little bit more spread out. So one of the ones that I really like is, let's say we play 3 notes with the left and 3 notes with the right hand, this way. Now I'm doing 2 chords, it's a C major on both hands, but if I play it with the pedal, it almost becomes like a group of notes acting together as an effect. So instead of being just single notes, it being a little bit more bumpy, it allows me to connect them. Now, a plus of that is if I need to change to a different chord, it almost buys me a little bit of time so I can move my hands while the notes are still ringing. So I think it's a great thing to use when you're working on songs that have movement between the hands and have notes that work, I tell my students, like a zigzag. Because sometimes you have pieces or different things that will work in a way that you have a couple notes with the left and then 2 notes with the right, and it keeps on playing and both hands are acting together to make a very cool effect. But the sustain pedal allows you to almost make it a little bit more smooth. So hopefully those 3 exercises are going to get you guys going on using a sustain pedal. I definitely want to encourage you to purchase one, to have it and to use it regularly. You can't necessarily just put it on everything, but it really helps the songs and pieces that really need it. So sometimes on music, you will have the indication, PED, stands for pushing the pedal down, and then the little asterisk will be the moment that you release the pedal. Different notation is done differently, and so maybe you will not have sustain pedal, but it's a great place to experiment. Mainly try to avoid connecting notes that are not supposed to go together, like different chords, because then you'll hear it and it almost, instead of helping you, is going to sound weird. If you would like more information about what we do, check our main website, thehitmusicstudio.com. We want to thank you for watching, and we'll see you guys on the next one. Take care.